What's poppin', everybody? This is Cerebral494 here with the VMAX Ryzen set. This is supposed to be the second set in the Sword and Shield TCG series. It's already out in Japan. It has 70 cards. Ours is probably going to be more jacked up, bundled in with some other cards or another set that hasn't been revealed yet. But let's just go ahead and do this. I've got a Caterpie, the first card here, and has an ability already, Adaptive Evolution. The Pokemon can evolve during your first turn or the turn you play it. So this Caterpie had this ability before in, I think it was Flashfire, the set? I think it was the Flashfire set, yeah. But it's a useful ability, of course, when you have a basic Pokemon like this and it can evolve quicker. It's always great. But it all depends on if the Butterfree is going to be good. If it's not, then it's just going to go to waste again. I don't like these bug Pokemon, so we'll see what happens. Metapod, Adaptive Evolution 2. Wow. Complete copy-paste from the other Metapod 2. So both the Caterpie and the Metapod in Flashfire had the same sort of effect. So same thing. I believe this is some sort of clay art, or yarn art actually, of Metapod. That's nice. And the Butterfree here. Pretty typical artwork. It's almost like I've seen this exact same card before. But anyway, already a bad start with 140 HP, and one retreat is good, but 140 HP. Oh my god, I mean, it frustrates me so much. At this point, I'm just gonna go crazy reviewing these stage 2 Pokemon that just don't improve. So 140 HP is very low. This is the sort of HP you would see like in the Heart Gold Soul Silver era and say, yeah, as good HP in a stage 2. We're pretty much 10 years past that. You know, even 150 and stuff is not good enough. Even 160, I would say. But this is what it has. It's got Panic Poison. 1 for 30 and your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Pretty unimpressive. And then Cutting Edge, 80 for 2. So, no surprise, it's one of those filler cards as per usual. They just print it, just to print it, include it in a set, but it just sucks. Very low damage, and looks like these guys are going to go to waste again. Now, Shuckle, 80 HP basic Pokemon. You got Berry Pick, shuffle up to 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. So, you normally don't want to use your attack to get a recovery effect like this, but it could come up, I suppose, if you want to include it in your deck. The new Ordinary Rod is actually a fantastic card right now that's been printed, so you can shuffle 2 basic energy cards, put that back in your deck, and you could be good. Brock is still around. I think there's just other better methods to get some mass energy recovery like that. And his bind attack, 50 for 3, flip a coin. If heads, paralysis. Yet another filler card. So we're not off to a great start so far. And it's not going to get any better because I already seen the Abomasnow. I checked it out before because I like Abomasnow. Okay, so the Snover, 90 HP, big retreat. Nothing special here. Wacky artwork. Okay. The Abomasnow. It makes me so sad because I like Abomasnow, but he's just pretty basic too. 140 HP stage 1. Just barely gets a pass. But then you look at that ridiculous 140 energy attack for 4 energy, and it just makes me want to punch a wall. I mean, what the hell is this? Like, what is this? It's too weak. This is just too weak. This wouldn't be doing shit like in the X and Y days, pretty much, let alone now. And that's what he has. The first attack is just 80 for 3, and then instant sleep. I guess it's DC compatible or Twin Energy compatible, which we're going to look at here, but it's not impressive. It's too bad. Too bad, my Abomasnow. Okay, then we got a Grubbin, and I'm guessing the other line is going to be Lightning type. 60 HP, just 10, okay. And then we got the first VMAX line here. We got Rillaboom, so the grass starter. This guy's kind of fly. It's got a good second attack at the very least. I already checked it out before too. Its first attack is Forest Feet. Search your deck for up to 2 basic grass Pokemon and put them onto your bench and shuffle your deck. So it's actually not a bad attack since this guy, is a basic Pokemon. I guess they went back to the whole the V Pokemon are going to be basic even if they're stage 2, what have you. It's very unfortunate, but like I've said, the TCG, what it does is it brings back a mechanic, takes it away, brings it back in. It's kind of sad, but anyway, yeah, this dude is a basic Pokemon. HP is good. The first attack can't be useful, I guess, in the beginning. Let you get some Pokemon. Its great attack is the Wood Hammer, just 220 for 4. It's going to do 30 damage to itself, but it's decent damage. I mean, you can KO these V Pokemon with 220 HP or less, no problem. Grass does a lot of healing, so hurting yourself for 30 is not too bad. I guess it's like you're doing 190 for 4, total between the damage you inflict and you hit yourself with. So it's good, and it doesn't matter too much because you're probably going to want to evolve it into a Rillaboom Max here. So this dude, 330 HP, it's going to give 3 prizes like all of the other VMAX Pokemon. You can do Scratch 150, 1 for 50. That kind of threw me off guard here. Really? You're going to have that sort of a plain-ass attack? Okay. It's not so great, but I guess simple attack for 1 energy. Okay. And then Max Render, it's 4 energy attack. You do 130, and then you may discard up to 3 grass energy from this Pokemon. It's going to do 50 more damage for each energy discarded this way. Nice. So, if you discard 3, you're essentially doing 280 damage. That's some good stuff there. I mean, it just is barely better than something like Zekrom Reshiram that does 270, and you got to discard 3, but cheaper cost and all that other stuff. But, I mean, it still is a decent attack. You've got the option to discard less and do like 180. You can do 230 if you want to. It's good stuff. As always, this is the kind of attack that it won't be good for too long because when they introduce Pokemon that, well, they already introduced Pokemon that go over 280, you can't get those one-hit knockouts, but it's still good. It'll hit a lot of things. Take care of the Tag Team GXs at the very least in one shot. Obviously, this guy combines well with the regular Stage 2 Rillaboom, so you've got that obvious combo. Kind of boring, but that's how the TCG does things now. But this guy is decent, decent. Since it's a grass Pokemon with 330 HP, you have plenty of options to heal his ass up, so that's good. And it's a simple Pokemon to use. Okay, next up we got the Applin line here. Dragon guys. So this little guy, just 40 HP, that's weak, and its attack isn't anything spectacular. Then we got the Appleton. This is the, I guess, to be honest, I'm not really familiar because I haven't played the games, but it evolves into 2 different Pokemon, this dude and the flying Apple dude. I don't know if the flying Apple dude is like a stage 2 or you have the option to evolve between them. But grass Pokemon, delicious aroma. Once during your turn you may flip a coin. If heads, switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. Not bad. I mean, this is Pokemon Catcher in an ability on a stage 1, but when you have the ability to use this, every turn and just have the chance to pull your opponent's Pokemon, it can be kind of handy. Maybe some decks are going to try to implement this. Now, this dude, I'm pretty sure this is Dragon 2, like in the games. And it just, all of these cards here, if you check out the set, it just heightens up the suspicions for them dropping the Dragon type too, not just the Fairy type, because we haven't seen any in the first set. There aren't any here too, as far as I've seen, and it's not a good sight, a good sign. They're probably going to be dropping the Dragon Pokemon too. Damn shame. But yeah, its attack is just 70 for 2. Or you're not going to use this to attack. Yeah. 90 HP is kind of low, but it is what it is. Then we have another Vulpix. We got one in the first Sword and Shield set too. It looks like they're printing them out, but they're not too great. This Vulpix looks really cute. Confuse Ray. I guess this is as good as the one that does burn. And you've got the Smash Kick option too. So that's good for somebody like me. The Ninetales though, I've read this card before with Hex. What you do is, if your opponent's active Pokemon is affected by a special condition, you can do 90 more damage. So it's similar to the Dragon's Exalted Ninetales. The only difference is that one did 70 more, or I think 50 more or something, for each special condition. So this one is always going to be 120 max. Since it's a newer card, it has 120 HP too, which is better. And you've got the Flickering Flames attack too, 90, and then opponent active Pokemon is put to sleep. But you don't have that lovely pulling ability that Ninetales did. So yeah, not exactly a super great improvement, but I guess you can use Hex. With the Salazzle, you can do that, but you're not going to be hitting that sweet, 200 damage. Yeah. Anyway, and we got a Growlithe and an Arcanine here. Growlithe, nothing really. Wait, if heads, put a card from your discard pile into your hand. That could be handy. Sort of a Sableye recovery attack style. Okay, at least it's on a coin flip. I don't have to worry too much about it then, being annoying. But then Arcanine here. This guy has kind of a crazy ability, but it's not even that crazy. It's like they're trying to disguise this stuff as being good. Okay, so this guy has 130 HP, but if it has the Burning Scarf on it, which is a new card here, I haven't read it yet, so I don't know what it does, but if it has that tool, it gets 100 more HP. So it's a 230 HP Stage 1 Pokemon, surpassing even Wailord, which is kind of weird for Arcanine. Now, you look at this, you're thinking, oh, cool. But not really. I mean, his foreign main attack is just 130, doesn't have anything else, and, like I've said before, these Stage 1 and Stage 2 Pokemon, they need to have, great-ass attacks and solid-ass HP from the get-go, if they're going to stand a chance against the V and GXs and what have you. Just give me an ability that gives it 230 HP. It's almost kind of a waste. But I guess we'll see what the Burning Scarf does too. Anywho. And you got Cinderace V. 210 HP to retreat. And it's got Field Runner ability. If a Stadium card is in play, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. That's good. That's handy to have. And then Crimson Legs 140 for 3. I guess it's okay. It's just a basic. Whatever. I mean, it's an improvement from what the basic GXs did, like 130 and 120 for 3. And you're gonna use Cinderace VMAX if you use that guy, of course. So that's why we can forgive it a little bit if it's plain. So this dude has 320 HP to retreat cost, and counter does 30 plus. The stack is 30 damage plus damage equal to the amount of damage this Pokemon received by your opponent's attacks during your opponent's last turn. Wow. So it's like a reflect attack. So if they hit this dude, let's say for 100 damage, then this attack is going to do 130. If they hit it for 150, you do 180. So it's kind of like a revenge attack. Not exactly a rage attack, but pretty similar. Since this dude is 320 HP, you're going to be in a similar boat with Reshiram and Charizard, that if you hit it for high damage and you don't kill it, it's going to hit you right back for high damage on the cheap. So it's a good thing. It's a good kind of attack to have on a Pokemon with very large HP. Now Lapras, of course, and Water Pokemon probably will kill this with ease. But besides that, this counter attack can be useful. And then Max Fireball. 170 for 3 and your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. This isn't as impressive, to be honest, but maybe that's a good thing. I guess if you're not going to improve the regular stage 2s, at least make these guys weaker. But I'm not that impressed, to be honest, by this attack. It gives that instant burn, so it's like you did 190, and it could add up from there, but I think, honestly, the first attack is better than the second attack. I guess Max Fireball is going to be your conventional damaging attack, but it is what it is. As long as Welder is around, you'll be able to power up this Pokemon real easy, but I mean, Reshiram and Charizard is just a regular basic. You don't have to evolve. It does 230 for 4. It's actually a lot better than this, but I guess this one is easier to use. Just you can keep using it, no limitations. It's alright, but because it's a fire Pokemon, I guess I was expecting a more extreme ass attack. You know, discard energies, get some sort of big KOs. Right. Then we got the Galarian Mr. Mime and Galarian Mr. Rhyme. That's all I'm going to say about that. Icy Wind, Sleep, and then Coin Flip Attack. Okay. You know, it's kind of annoying because in the official, like, the Japanese name for Mr. Mime, it's not Mr. Mime. It's something else that I forgot. It has nothing to do with Mr. Mime, because there can be female Mr. Mimes too, and you call them Mr. again, which is, it's so weird. And then this dude, this crazy looking dude, which I don't know why, it just reminded me of one of the innocent devils in Castlevania Curse of Darkness. Anyway, it's got barrier free. All of your Pokemon with energy attached to it are not affected by any effects from your opponent's attacks. So this is the exact same ability that Espeon had in the Dark Explorer set, which I actually reviewed pretty recently and forgot to talk about Excelgor. We'll get to that another time. But yeah, it can be kind of useful, but I don't know. I mean, that Espeon kind of fell off in popularity after Garbodor came out. So I don't know if people are gonna get this stage 1 out just to have this sort of effect. There's other options that are pretty competitive for this guy's place too, so I'm not sure. Its attack is some coin flip stuff, triple spin, nonsense anyway. And we got a Magikarp. Looks like it's always going to be stuck to that 30 HP no matter what happens with new sets. Splashing, switch with one of our bench Pokemon, okay. Gyarados. Good 180 HP. Big ass retreat, but I guess I'm not surprised with that. You can do 90 for 3, any energy, but that's not good. I guess you can throw in the triple acceleration and you can hit for 90 surprise, but whatever. Its big attack is the thing that we're going to look at here. Big Storm, 200 damage for 5 energy, and you always discard any stadium in play. Now, I guess the good news is that you don't discard any energies after you go through the trouble to get all of these on this dude. But, you know, it's not really that impressive. I mean, there's probably other Pokemon that can hit that, get that damage pretty close damage, close to 200, and you don't have to invest so many freaking energies. Now, of course, once again, you can use the triple acceleration energy. There's the Ice Moth now that I guess can power up any water Pokemon, but maybe, I guess, if you're ambitious and you want to risk it. It looks pretty cool, Gyarados. But at least if it did something like 220, I think that would have been better. Okay. Then we got the Inteleon V, and it's VMAX. So you get all of these starters and their VMAX versions here, I guess. 200 HP to retreat. So this guy's the weakest of the three, base stat-wise. You got Snipe Shot, 40 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Same as the Giratina Garchomp. You can do this anywhere. And then Aqua Report, 130. Your opponent reveals their hand. Useful effect, but sometimes even if you see your opponent's hand, it doesn't matter too much if you're going to play around what they do or not. Yeah, not that super great. So your last hope is the VMAX and 320 HP. I was worried there for a minute. It says 200 here. You got Hydro Snipe, 60, and you may select an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, return it to your opponent's hand. That's actually pretty strong. Weak damage, but it's 1 energy, and slowing down your opponent with removing their energies and they go back into the hand, it's a nasty effect. And then Max Bullet, you do 160 for 3, and this attack also does 60 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it's slightly stronger and more flexible than Umbreon Darkrai Tag Team GX's attack. That dude did 150 and then 50 on he did 60 to a GX or EX on the bench. So this is gonna do, I guess, 10 extra, but it's an evolved Pokemon. I think this is okay. I mean, it's just solid damage for 3. Pretty simple to use. It can hit any Pokemon, no bad drawbacks. You can power this up easily, I guess, with the Ice Moth once again. So, pretty decent. I mean, they're not making these starters groundbreaking. They're just making them alright. But, probably Rillaboom is still more useful, because you can combine it with the regular Rillaboom too. But, I mean, this is good. It's good. I think it's better than Cinderace. Cinderace has a very good first attack that will fuck with your opponent if they don't get a one-hit KO. Okay. We got a Cramorant here. Regular one. Dive. Reminding me of the games now, but yeah, if heads, preventable effects of attacks, okay. And then Hydro Pump, 50, plus 20 more damage for each water energy. So it's like Keldeo. Kind of weak. I guess it's a regular basic. You can use it, I guess, if you want to. Final resistance, 110 HP. It's respectable enough, I guess. If you want to use like a regular, attack in tech in decks like Lapras, Ice Moth. Alright. We got Araquida. Now, remember that actually there's still the Volcanion Prism that hasn't rotated out, so it gives competition, but eventually it will rotate out. So we got this fish duo, Araquida and Barraskewda. I actually like these Pokemon, new fish Pokemon from Sword and Shield. This dude just does 120, alright. And then this, yeah, I read it actually. It's kind of reminiscent of Kindra. Can do very high damage for just 1 water energy. And you gotta discard stuff. So you're forced to discard 2 water energy from your hand. If you don't, this attack fails. But it's 130 for 1. You gotta admit that's kind of hot. Now, it's not probably too threatening for the big VMAX Pokemon and stuff. I've mentioned this a billion times when they can heal up. But maybe if you apply consistent pressure, you might be able to get them. 120 HP, 1 retreat. Alright, I guess, alright. Not bad. And we got Helioptile and Heliolisk. To be honest, so far, like every freaking Heliolisk card they printed has sucked. At least from my experience. It just always is missing something or just doing weak damage. So let's check these guys out now and see what's up. 30 for 1, damage yourself, okay. So it's all up to you. What the hell do you do? And it does 120 for 2 and hitting yourself with 30. Okay, not great, because it means you're going to die really quick. You only have 110 HP, and it's not super hot damage either, anyway. And Eerie Impulse. Flip a coin if it's discarding energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Doesn't even do damage. Yeah, it just, they make these guys suck all the time. I don't get it. Anyway, now we're moving on to the, okay, there's the Charger Bug and the Vigavolt Lightning guys. Charge, search your deck for energy card. Alright, and Lightning Ball, whatever. Vigavolt, 150 with retreat. That's not a great start. And from what I'm seeing, the attacks kind of suck too. So Powerful Storm, 60 for 3, and then 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Okay, this isn't too bad. Attached to all of your Pokemon. So basically, it's going to start at 120 if you just factor this guy's first attack. And then 20 more for the other dudes. You're doing something, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, they printed this kind of late. They should have printed this maybe when the Vigavolt from the Sun and Moon base set was around or some shit. It's okay. Some people probably might try and make use of this, but there's Rayquaza, there's a Clefable, there's a not Darkrai, but Zoroark with Greninja. They can probably do this sort of thing better. And then Blitz Beam, 170 for 4, and then 30 damage to yourself. That sucks ass. I don't care if you can put the triple acceleration. It's still weak. It's gonna be good to kill lightning weak Pokemon, I suppose. But besides that, it's just too much cost, too little damage. Right. Then we got the Boltund V. This sort of dog Pokemon here. 200 HP to retreat, electrify, search your deck for up to 2 lightning energies. Attach in your bench Pokemon any way you like. Oh shit. Good attack. Spotted here. Good attack, what do they say? Scan or something. But yeah, this is a good attack we have ourselves here. You get the energies from the deck. You get 2 of them too. So this is pretty much the same as Xerneas's Geomancy for lightning energies. And this guy is much bigger too, so he'll be able to take more hits maybe. So very, very good. Maybe lightning decks are going to be making a comeback with this. It's going to help them out a lot. Very, very good. And his attack, Lightning Storm, 10 plus 30 more damage for each lightning energy attached to your Pokemon. So synergy with his attack, and here, another example of this dude does what Vigavolt was trying to do better. So it's 30 more damage, cost is less too, so you can use this quicker. It's damn good. I mean, slightly weaker than Zork, Greninja, but this dude is only going to give 2 prizes. It's got a great first attack too. I'm actually very interested using this with some other Pokemon. I mean, fuck, maybe Rayquaza GX might make a comeback with this. Not bad. Not bad indeed. So very good card for sure. And we got the Toxel and Toxtricity dudes. Electric, lightning, tight jaw. Okay, reminded me of Shelgon. They had that tight jaw attack in Delta Species. Toxicity, whatever. You got Poison Jolt, 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. So I guess this is the new spreading dude. And then Hammerin, 90 for 3. Okay. There is the... Oh, who the fuck is... what's it called? Damn it. I forgot the name. But that dragon dude that can do the same thing. Spread for 120 to everybody. Anyway, we have a few Pokemon that do this. Yeah. So this guy, I guess, is for lightning too. Man, it always drives me insane when I forget Pokemon names. What are you called? Damn it. Anyway, it just doesn't come to mind. Naru, draw a card. Xadu. 120 HP, energy warp, movement energy. Doesn't do any damage though. Psychic. 10, 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. It should have been to both Pokemon, but whatever. Kinda weak. Your opponent needs to have like 3 energies for this to just do 100 for 1, and that's not great. You got Galarian Corsola looking really creepy here, but I guess that's the point. It's a ghost now. Curse Drop. Put 3 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. Okay. And then we got Galarian Corsola. They kind of fucked up the name for this one, but it is what it is. Perish Body. When this Pokemon is knocked out by damage, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't know how many of you are OGs enough to remember a card called Gengar from Stormfront. It's the same ability, but this dude is a freaking stage 1, and you know, back then it's not like we had EXs and Tag Team GXs and GXs and V Pokemon around to get a super insane plus. The best you could ask for it was just to get a free prize, but I mean, if you get lucky with this and you kill like a Tag Team GX or a VMAX Pokemon, your opponent is gonna flip the table for sure. This is definitely a super luck hacks busted ability. It's actually not a good thing. I think that they remade this, especially in a stage 1. I think it might be too much, but who knows? I guess it's gonna give trolls a good card to have fun with. Actually, we had a Chandelure that I really liked from Phantom Forces that had this ability once again, but it was a stage 2. It was really difficult to use, even though I did use it with Trevenant back then. Good times. But this is just a stage 1. That's pretty insane. Now, it has to be from damage from an attack, so stuff like poison, stuff like burn will go through this effect, but you know, it's still a busted ability for sure. And then corner, during your opponent's next turn, if any Pokemon carry trait. Oh, great. So they gave it an attack that works well with the ability to, you know, force your opponent to stick there. So if they've got like a Tag Team GX there, then they gotta be like, hey, face me, you're gonna have to kill me and die with me, no choice. So that kind of thing. So not bad. I mean, the Galarian Corsola had a good first attack too. HP is 100 is okay. I mean, you want this dude to die quick so you can get your prizes probably. Fighting resistance, weak to dark. I bet you this card is gonna see play. People are gonna try and use it. It's just gonna be like how the Eradicate decks work in Expanded, where you just try and get easy knockouts on big ass Pokemon and get a bunch of prizes. Yeah, that sort of thing. And I'm still thinking about what that fucking dude is called. The Boom Burst dude. Oh god, what's that dragon called anyway? We have a regular Indeedee here. I think this might be the female one. There's the male one and the female looking one. Refresh time. Heal 30 damage from each of your Pokemon. And you got Psybeam 2. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. That's not good. Okay. Nice little artwork though. Pretty innocent. Pretty, what's the word? Carefree, I guess. And we got Drippy, Dracloak, and then Dragapult. So this dude, this is also a dragon Pokemon. It's Dragon Ghost, and they made sure they made it psychic. I think we gotta already prepare. We should say our goodbyes to the dragon Pokemon already, because it's probably gonna be true. Doesn't do anything. Dracloak. Summon. That's some Yu-Gi-Oh shit here. Search your deck for a Drippy and put it on the bench. Okay, I suppose. Not so great. And then Dragapult. 150. No retreat at least. And Infiltrator. When this Pokemon takes damage, flip a coin. If heads, it doesn't take fucking damage. This is one of the most hated abilities I have for Pokemon. And they just keep printing them. I mean, it's no surprise because they run out of, it's been long now since they've run out of ideas pretty much, but dude, why the fuck would you print this again? Once again, for the troll guys, a great card for you to have fun with. And then Phantom Force, 120 for 2, and then put 3 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. It's got a great attack too. This is actually a good attack. It's 150 for 2. Dude, are you serious with this ability as well? Usually what happens to Pokemon that get this sort of ability have a shitty attack to go with it. But this guy's attack is strong. It's basically 150 total, with the 3 damage counters being in the form of spread too. You can put the spell tag 2 on him. It's pretty strong. I'm not a fan of this guy. Yeah. Fucking helicopters outside too. I don't know if you guys can hear them. And we got the Galarian Farfetch and the Surfetch. Rock Smash. Alright. I guess if you get heads, it's 40 for 1. And then the Surfetch. Pierce. This one is consistent 40 for 1. And then Meteor Assault. This Pokemon can't use Meteor Assault again until it has left the battlefield. Okay, probably means it has to die or something, get KO'd, or maybe go on the bench. I'm not too sure. This is a Japanese translation there. We don't say stuff like battlefield in our game, so I don't know. But 180 for 3 is strong. DNC is around. You can boost that to 200. It's just a stage 1, so it's actually not too bad. You can use the Twin Energy over here, which is the new DC. Yeah. We're going to look at that pretty soon. We got Binacle now. Dual Chop. Okay, bullshit attack. And then it says Inkay here, but this is Barbaracle. Rock Hurl. This damage isn't affected by resistance, 50. And then Hand Press, if you have more cards in hand. This attack does 160 for 3. Alright. Not too bad, but not too great. And then we got Sandaconda V. I don't think it gets a VMAX though. But 220, you can do Sandblast 30 and attach a fighting energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. I wish it was on any Pokemon. That would have made it a great card. Like this though, it's kind of limiting. And then Sand Press, 220, you got to discard 2. Okay. So they already decided to make the Flygon GX useless. Thank you. But I mean, yeah, if you can do this, it just makes Flygon GX look like a bitch. Yeah, I hate to say it, but it's true. You got to discard the energies, but you can boost it to 240 with the Ansi. I mean, it's just a lot higher damage than the other dude. Okay. And Phalanx, this pretty kind of ugly Pokemon. It's like a ground worm. Looks pretty freaking like an alien anyway. Call for family. Okay, whatever. Nobody's going to use that. Team attack. 30 damage for each Phalanx on your bench. So I guess if you got the other dudes down. This is a candidate to be used with stuff like Mew. And, well, just Mew. You get these out and then you try and use Mew and expand it and then you do damage. So, I mean, it maxes out at 120 even if you have all of these guys down. So, unless they make like a Phalanx V2 and they work together, this counts that dude as well. then maybe. But like this is just gonna be an average dude. Okay. And we got Stunky and Scutang. Been a while since I've seen your guys. Poison gas, poisoned and 10, but 2 energy, bullshit. Scutang, slash and poison ring. Opponent's active Pokemon is poison and they can retreat. Excuse me, my throat is fucked. Yeah, can't retreat, poison. Okay, I guess you can use the twin energy. If you're gonna do stuff like this, you gotta use the Verbank City Gym. You gotta use the stuff that's an expanded. Some Vipers and anyway. And then you got Imp Deep. These new like Devils slash Imp guys. This guy's kind of cool. Beat, Stampede, whatever. You reminded me of Impmon from Digimon. I actually really have some high hopes for the Digimon card game that they're remaking again. I hope it is good, but I really like how the upper deck cards were more. Okay, this is the second form, Morgrim. You got Bite and Full Surrender. Not affected by any effects. That could be kind of handy, I guess. 60 damage too. Okay. And then Grim Snarl. This is the big dude. They should have made this guy like be the fucking pseudo legend from the era. That fucking Ghost Dragon dude, Dragpult or whatever. It's not as cool. I don't think he's a cool Pokemon. Anyway, this dude has Evil Pledge. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon will call one more to use attacks. That's a good ability. It needs to be active. But one more colorless to use attacks. It's like Aerodactyl. Only, well, I guess both of them will be difficult to use. This guy is a stage 2. The other dude was a fossil. Aerodactyl had a bad attack. What do you have? Energy press 100 and 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So, they will need to have a bunch of energies if this is going to be good for 3 freaking energies on the stage 2. So I don't have high hopes. So once again, they combined a decent ability with a shit attack. Way to go. Okay. Nothing else to say, really. I mean, it's compatible with the twin energy, but... Okay, I mean, I guess if you can effectively slow them down with Evil Pledge, then maybe Energy Press can start adding up. Okay. We got Bronzor and Bronzong here. What up? Looking at your ass at a mirror or some shit. I don't know. It's like it's reflecting his back. Anyway. And then the Bronzong. Just smacking Gyro Ball. Yeah, I read this card before, hoping we were going to get like the Dynamo thing from Metal Energies again, but it's kind of doubtful when they give us the Saucer. You do Smack and Gyro Ball, like I've said, both bad attacks. Gyro Ball forces you to switch, and your opponent has to switch too. Onedge. Nothing much. Doublade. Nothing much. And then Aegislash. Freaking 140 HP. Congratulations. And then Big Shield. Or your Pokemon will receive 30 less damage from your opponent's attacks. You can only have one Big Shield effect at a time. Yeah. So what do? What do? They give this dude an ability that could give it potential. And they make sure, okay, you know what, let's lower the HP. So, you know, we just make sure it's not good enough. Why? Just why? Couldn't you at least had it be 150? At least? I mean, blocking 30 damage from all of your dudes is good. But you can't stack it, which sucks ass. And, you know, this guy already starts at 140 HP. So it's like, it's a 170 HP Pokemon. So, it's just shit. I don't. They just do this to piss me off. They make sure that the stage twos, the regular stage twos, won't be good enough. We're just gonna make them be okay, but we're not gonna make them be too busted or just busted at all. Anyway, 130. It's attack useless too. Good job. Okay, and we got Duraludon, this Lego Bionicle guy. Metal Sharpener, attach metal energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. I'm very happy they brought this card again. I was actually sad we lost the Registeel in Crimson Invasion that had this sort of effect for metal Pokemon. This guy is going to do the same, 130 HP, and you got a nice 110 attack too for 3. Very good. Grass resistance, weak to fire, typical stuff. That's very, very good. It works with any energy too, but you're probably going to want to put metal energies too. If you're using this, you're using metal energies. Good. And we got Bunnelby and the Fuck Ugly Diggersby. It's so sad they made this Pokemon so cute, and then they made the other dude Fuck Ugly. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Yeah, this isn't replacing the Primal Clash one that can do this 2 times. And then Diggersby, Mountain Rush. Discard up to 6 cards from your deck. 30 damage for each card discarded. Fuck me. So if you go all out and discard 6 times 3, that's 180 for 3. So you can slap a triple acceleration, discard 6, and just do 180 out of nowhere, but how far are you going to go with that? I'm not sure if you have to dump so many energies. This Pokemon would probably be combined with oh my god. What's the dude called? It's just, forgive me guys, I just have like amnesia when I make reviews. I forget Pokemon. But the guy in Driftville City, the gym leader that has that Pokemon, Clay, I can't believe I forgot the name. Excadrill, that's right, Excadrill. God damn it, and it's a Gen 5 Pokemon too. Excadrill, the dude that requires for you to almost be decked out so you can do the plus damage. Maybe they're going to use it with that. There's some other tactics you can try and do, but it's never a great idea to mill your deck so much, especially when you're not getting exact one-hit knockouts. Okay, then we got Halucha. You can do Windfall, shuffle your hand back into your deck, then draw 5. These draw attacks, they used to be good once upon a time, a very long time ago, but now nobody uses them. The same with the Call for Family attacks. It's just they're too slow. Other people use other moves, especially with the rules being that you can't play supporters, but you can't attack even if you play first. There's just almost no use for these attacks anymore. It's sad, but it's true. And then speed attack is just 1 for 30, and that's it. Unimpressive Pokemon, unfortunate, but it is what it is. You shouldn't be surprised. And then Dubwool, I like this Pokemon, I actually read it before. It's got 2 great things. Soft Wool blocks 30 damage from attacks, and Revenge Blast does 120 for 3, but it's going to do 30 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. So it's a very good revenge Pokemon, late game Pokemon. Colorless, and it works with any energy, so you can easily splash this. It's pretty damn good. You know, I really like this. This and the Cramorant V we got in a previous set. They're great cards in energy acceleration decks. I'm really happy for a card like this to be around. So if your opponent has taken 5 prizes, you can do 270 for 3, no costs. So it's pretty awesome. With 210 HP and this soft wool ability, it's going to be able to take a few hits. And that's great. Very, very good. This sort of Dubwool, Wooloo line is pretty popular too in the game, so I think people are going to be happy. And then we got some trainers here to finish off the set. We got Full Bucket, water support in our probability. Search your deck for up to 2 water energy cards, reveal them and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. I'm really happy with this card, but I'm just sad they just didn't reprint the Professor's Letter altogether. So this means that in expanded, eventually this card, when it gets to the expanded format only, it's going to be outclassed by letter. In standard, of course, it's going to be very good. Just more support for that Ice Moth, Lapras, you know, water decks pretty much. So, not surprised by that. Good artwork too, pretty cool card. Full bucket, water bucket. I just wish they just gave us Professor's Letter. I mean, it's not too much to ask, right? But this is just for water energies. Okay, so this is the Burning Scarf that's supposed to be working with Arcanine. So when the fire Pokemon this card attached to is damaged, the attacking Pokemon is now burned. Not bad. I would say this might even be better than the spell tag, or just as good, you could say. Not bad, not bad to be honest. I wish we had this in the Sun and Moon era, where there was a lot of Pokemon that could had some opportunity with the burn effect, but couldn't do anything. This probably would have helped them. So I guess we get that now. Okay, it's a good card. Fire Pokemon only, though. We got Sonya. This card is good. I read this too before. You can search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon or 2 basic energies. Reveal them, put them into your hand. So this is almost like a throwback to the fantastic BB Search, or not BB Search, Roseanne's Research, in fact, from DP. A card that was a staple back then. You had to play a bunch of copies of that. This, you can't get both. You can't get a combination between Pokemon and energies. You gotta choose either one or the other. I'm pretty sure that's the effect. But Roseanne's Research, you had to get basics. This, you can get any Pokemon. So you can get like stage 2s, you can get stage 1s, whatever. But if you choose to get basic energies, you just get 2. If you choose to get Pokemon, you just get 2. I think this is how it works. So it's not exactly inferior than Roseanne's Research, but it's not exactly superior either. But it is a good card. Now, the format back there was much different. That's why Roseanne's Research was great. Right now, I don't know how great this is going to be. I guess it's pretty flexible. But, you know, the decks that are going to want to search energies, I mean, Spinner is around. The Lady is a card, I guess. You've got the new full bucket here for water. So, I don't know. And, I mean, I guess Fan Club, you've got to get basics. So, I think it's good. It might be good for stage decks, so you can just instantly get 2 of them like that. But then you think about the Incense, Evolution Incense. That just gets you the dudes for an item, and you can play a supporter. So, I don't know. It's a good card, though. I think this is a good card. I think it'll find its place in decks. Skylar reprint, I'm very happy about this. I knew that this card was coming here, and I'm very, very pleased. It's kind of weird when you think about them. Well, maybe not really. Giving us a black and white supporter in the Sword and Shield. It doesn't matter, it's a TCG, but I'm very happy about this. I can finally use this instead of Volkner. I mean, Volkner has served me well, but this is just, it can get stadiums, it can get supporters too. It's much better than Volkner if you're not going to get lightning energies too. So, very happy about this. And it'd be cool if they give us another sweet full art. It's not like, you know, Skyla is one of my favorite characters in the world, but, you know, because I've been using the card for so long, it just kind of grows on you. I wish they would give us, you know, some cool, like, Roxanne supporter, or some cool Gen 3 stuff, like Steven or Winona or something. Anyway, but we get Skyla, that's good too. And we got this Milo guy. This guy, it seemed like a jackass to me. when I saw the trailers for Sword and Shield and stuff. That's all I know about him. But you discard up to 2 cards from your hand, and then you draw 2 cards for each card you discarded this way. Not good. I don't like this effect. There's other better discarding cards here. I guess this card is supposed to be flexible, but you just got to do a little bit of maths and look at what you're spending with what you're getting. If you discard up to 2 cards and this card to draw 4, it's almost like you just draw 1 card for your supporter. Yeah, you set up your discard pile with stuff you might have wanted to discard, but other cards are just better. I just feel like both Roxy and Roller Skater are better in this card in every way. I mean, what the fuck was around? It was Sophocles that had a similar effect to this. The only difference is you had to discard 2 and draw 4. And some people played it, but I don't think they were wise to do so. It's just a shitty card, a shitty character, and a shitty card too to go together. Anyway, who knows? Maybe if I played the games, this guy would be cool, but I'm not impressed, and the card isn't very good either. Okay, we got stadiums. So this is the grass stadium of the dude, I guess. So once per turn, each player can search their deck, probably what it means, for an evolved grass Pokemon. Reveal it, put it into your hand. Good. I mean, pretty damn good for a grass Pokemon. Your opponent will be able to use this too, naturally. But it'll see play for sure. Yeah. It's a pretty good stadium. I mean, I wouldn't use it, I think, because I don't like to help my opponent. Since we have the Incense, Evolution Incense, that just does the job fine for me. But I guess if people want to use this, it's not a bad card by all means. We got the Training Court. I guess this is the house of your ass or your friend's ass, and this is where you get the starters and stuff in the game. But once during your turn, each player may place an energy card from their discard pile to their hand. So an energy retrieval, a mini energy retrieval, every turn. This isn't bad, to be honest. This isn't bad at all. I see myself using this in stuff like Embor, you know, all these power creep decks by now, but those kinds of decks, it can help. It's a weaker version than Mount Coronet, but Mount Coronet only works for metal Pokemon, so you don't have much of a choice. Anyway, another decent card. And there's the Twin Energy. This might be one of the biggest cards in this set. I know what it does. It's essentially DCE, but it only works for regular Pokemon. If you attach this to a Pokemon V or Pokemon GX, it's just going to provide 1. So I'm very happy about this because I guess it is their way of communicating that, hey, you know what? We're going to help out this stage Pokemon a little bit, the regular Pokemon. It's probably not enough, but I guess it's something. So once again, many Pokemon, regular Pokemon that I use, and the other 5 people that use it, they can use this and get a little bit of extra quicker energy acceleration and get your dudes ready. Honestly, I did miss DC a lot when it left, just because there's a lot of shitty Pokemon that really require it, and when you don't have it, they become even weaker. This might give them a little bit of hope. Now that we have this, and well, we're going to get this, and we have triple acceleration energy, I can just use Nidoqueen like I used to before, and not really required to have an emphasis on Malamar in that deck. And you can do other stuff too. There's a bunch of Pokemon that benefit from this card. So it's great. And for once, regular Pokemon get this. The V Pokemon and the GXs don't get it. So it's awesome. And this is the set pretty much. Next up is just a bunch of full arts. I don't think they're going to click. They're going to show us if I click on it. Yeah, they don't. But it doesn't really matter. And this is the set. I mean, we also get the Big Charm Gold Rare here. You got the Frostmoth. Yeah. they're really gonna support this water stuff. And this is the set. To be honest, besides a few cards, it's kind of a weak set, now that I think about it. I wasn't really impressed. Maybe they're slowing things down, but out of all of the Pokemon, I guess the VMAXs, they stand out a little bit. Rillaboom VMAX, it's okay. Maybe the Appleton might be something, and they didn't include the flying apple dude. Kind of weird. The other form of this guy. You know, the Gyarados, I guess, but not really. Skyla is a good thing for me. That comes in here again. Twin Energy, of course. That's a big one. And for the most part, like I've said, I mean, a little bit of support for Fire and Water here. Sonya is a decent supporter. So you get a few cards, of course, making this set okay. Some useful stuff you might need for your decks and stuff you might want to try out. But it doesn't really blow my mind. I mean, the best Pokemon probably here is the Boltund, the dog, that just gets lightning energies. That's going to be really big. I think this card is the best card in here, Pokemon-wise. But we'll see. I mean, both attacks are good, stats are okay. There's a lot of lightning support, and a lot of Pokemon that benefit from lightning energies, period. I mean, Rayquaza GX could benefit from this. There's a bunch of other stuff like Reshiram, Zekrom that can benefit from this. So, quite a few things. So, right. And I think I should finally wrap this video and drink a little bit of water, but I hope you guys enjoyed. It remains to be seen how they're going to bundle this set. But this is my review of the VMAX Ryzen set. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys subscribe. Leave a like. Share this video with your friends. Thank you guys for watching as always. Cerebral Finding 4. And we'll say...